And now we move into our next keynote, Leadership in a Digital Society. We are really privileged and honored to have our keynote speaker with us. Ladies and gentlemen, our keynote speaker for this is Mr. Debashis Sen, IAS, Additional Chief Secretary, Information Technology and Electronics Department, Chairman and Managing Director, WB HIDCO, Government of West Bengal. Shri Debashis Sen joined the IAS in 1985. He graduated from the Presidency College, Kolkata, and got his post-MSc diploma from Saha Institute of Nuclear Physics. He got his diploma in Public Administration from ENA, France. He has been trained at the JFK School, Harvard University, and at IMF Institute, Washington, D.C., USA. Shri Sen has served in various capacities, including District Magistrate for more than 5 years and Chief Electoral Officer for 5 years. He is presently posted as the Additional Chief Secretary to the Government of West Bengal Information Technology and Electronics Department and Chairman Managing Director of WB HIDCO, which is a government company that is developing New Town, Kolkata. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together once again for Shri Debashis Sen.
Good afternoon, everybody. And just to take a note from the previous speaker on Oracle, I would like to say that Bengal and Kolkata and the Bengal Silicon Valley is very, very poised to take on new data centers, and we would welcome that after the Hyderabad, the next one must be in Kolkata. I will speak very briefly. There is a timer and I won't exceed it, and I will show you 3 scenes verbally, and the topic will be interpreter of technology. The proposition that I want to say is for reaching to the lowest section of the society, for an inclusive technology reach, we need to combine AI with NI. We know AI, artificial intelligence, NI is natural intelligence, what I and you have it, and without people we can't reach people. Scene 1, Anando versus Alexa. Alexa, we all know. If you are like me, I am quite a gadget friendly person. I'm wearing a Bose frame, you know, it's connected to my iPhone. So I have an Alexa too, and every day, almost every day in my Gmail account, which is registered with them, I get today's new skill for Alexa, and I actually noted down for here. It says that today's new skill that Alexa has learned is roll your dice. God knows what it means, but you have to memorize this. Is this the way technology is going to be rolled out? Every day you have to memorize phrases. If you are an iPhone person, and you would know that, you know, Siri, till a few days back, OK Google and Siri and Alexa would not understand what I'm talking to you. Indian English, they couldn't understand. You had to know that US accent. Lately, they have come in. Now, think of the people in the villages. Are they going to talk in US accent or even now English? I understand that they are now getting into Hindi. But look at Pani Khaiso and Bapajan Bhalo Ase. You know, the innumerable accents in the Indian scenario. And if you want to have a technological inclusivity, you don't ask them to first learn US English or even English. And that's no way to help people. So therefore, we are saying for reaching technology to the last section, we need to have human interlocutors, which is why way back in 2007-2008, when I was in charge of the elections in the state of West Bengal under the Election Commission of India as Chief Electoral Officer, and there was this new photo identity enabled electoral rolls were being done, and people were totally confused. Mera naam theek nahi hai, mera photo theek nahi hai, mera address theek nahi hai, all those days. And we were absolutely mad at the office of the Election Commission. And then I came up with this idea of Anando Babu, icon, a human face. Beneath that was a CRM system, actually, customer management, database management system with all kinds of headgears and a lot of BPO. But the icon that was showed, and it was a human voice that was there, always comforting. People would change, but Acha Anand Babu bolun to what I have to do because my electoral roll is the last two numbers are missing, or whatever was the latest query. We had thousands and thousands of inputs, mind you, there were n number of lines, and it was so popular that it was in a great way helped us in making error-free electoral rolls. My theory, therefore, we need a people in front to access the artificial intelligence of today, the database technology of today, the data analytics of today to reach to the people. Scene 2. Bengal, we are never tired of saying, is on the top of EODB, ease of doing business. World Bank is doing ranking among the 4 states right now. It keeps on changing, of course, like stock market prices. But today, Bengal along with Telangana and Andhra Pradesh and perhaps Karnataka is on the top. But we are also working towards EODS, ease of doing service, delivering services. My point is, how do I reach to the last person? Is it only for the overseas customers? Is it only for the English speaking people? Is it only for the people who stay in air conditioned places? What about the people in the ground? And therefore, we are having people. Example, unit based area tax in Newtown, Rajarhat, the only place perhaps where not a paper is required to file your property tax. Not one paper has ever been required, shall be required, or will be required. Everything has been done online to the e-district platform, which is for delivering services to the people. But what I want to say is that, did it work? We collected in the first year 48 crores. We collected 22 crores in this year without a paper being exchanged. But do we mean to say that every person staying in Newtown is so savvy that he is able to fill this quite complicated forms? So we devised this system of tax sathis. We developed, we trained young boys and girls, 21 of them, put them on the website, and they could be engaged without any cost to the assessee, as we call them, the property tax owners, and it's working marvelously. They are paid by the municipal authority, NKDA in that case. So completely digitized service to the last person. Even the owner is a grandmother post 70, she is able to just call somebody and everything is helped, and already in this year 22 crores have been collected, and it's an ongoing thing. And therefore, under the EODS scene, we are also thinking of having, I mentioned very briefly about e-district. 92 lakh transactions have happened. 92 lakh people have been benefited by from the e-district platform, which is to say that the service is provided online. What is a service? A service is you apply for something and get something. Think of a passport, think of a railway ticket. So within the state government's ambit, whatever is there, there are 92 lakh services that are there. But is that enough? Is that enough to reach the right person? Is 92 lakh in a state of 10 crore people enough? So we are from the government planning the next stage forward. The next stage forward will require that interpreter of technology, as I am calling it, the natural intelligence. We are getting it loaded on a smartphone, on a single mobile platform, and training people so that they can carry their simple smartphone. As Rick today morning said, you carry your life in your pocket. Like the tax sati, the village level entrepreneur goes to the home and gets you whatever services are required. This is the next step that we are planning, and a prototype is already ready. The third scene that I would like to portray before you is about borrowing. I was in Bombay airport, and there was this young graduate from Indian Statistical Institute. The flight was delayed, and he was telling me how these days CIBIL scores, and fintech companies are giving loans on the spot even for going to a movie. To a movie, I asked. Yes, sir. Suppose there is a young student, college student wants to go with her friends to see the latest movie that has been released. It costs 180 rupees, but she has been given a pocket money of 50 rupees only. So what she does, she can't fall out with her friends. So she does tuck, tuck, tuck. And if you have followed the last one, the latest one, the Me payment credit line, you only need a PAN card and an Aadhaar card and you are given 1 lakh loan. No questions asked, nothing. My point is, why I am making this up? I am not talking about fintech, I am not talking about personal loans. I am talking about the last mile, the Shantipuri, the Baluchari, the Dokra makers in clusters who are in the clutches of the moneylenders. Are they getting this credit? It's so easy for a college girl to get a loan for whatever she wants to do. But what about this person who is paying probably huge amount of money from the moneylender and going on a day-to-day basis? We are not able to reach microcredit to the people who matter. There was a very brief mention about the Paytm doing through some NGO, but in a big way, I think at the moment we are also doing this. And for example, 11,641 village level entrepreneurs are right now engaged in covering this non-banked area, and even in certain places, distant villages not covered by banking areas, and though not for loan but for making banking transaction. This year till today 148 crores of rupees have been handled by these village level entrepreneurs. What are we doing? We are creating employment for these 11,000 people, and we are creating and extending banking services, loan and employment opportunities for people who matter, people who are at the lowest level and those who need support from all of us. And the last scene is what we are saying is what we are attempting is to have clusters of MSMEs and trying to help them, not with very emerging technologies. We have had knowledge workshops on artificial intelligence, blockchain, IoT, quantum computing, 5G, fintech, what not. But what really matters to people? And for that, think of the non-digital age. You go to a cluster in Fulia where they manufacture cotton saris, hundreds of villages, hundreds of families together, and you find not a single computer over there. Why do we all of us use Tally and Word and Excel and what not? It must be for a purpose. It must be helping your business. But what about these hundreds and thousands of people who are living for so many decades, doing their traditional work? And why do we not see a trace of a single computer, trace of a single Excel sheet, trace of a single Tally? So office productivity is one level that is missing, and the reason we found that in some place there was an experiment, I believe with some NGO, who had given all the software and the laptop and everything and even opened a website for them. But where is that person who is going to help? They know how to weave. They don't know how to do an Excel sheet. So this is missing. This is where opportunity is coming. This is what Rick was saying, the twilight zone. This is what we say is where we must intervene. And therefore, we are saying office productivity. Number 2 is e-commerce. You can sell on Amazon if you are very, very connected and resourceful. How do you sell your Baluchari sari on the Amazon? It's very difficult. I won't elaborate. I have a limited time, but believe me, they have very limited access. They only give their product. They have taken the whole year. They have sold it at a small price to the moneylender, and it lands up in Europe for 1 lakh rupees for a Baluchari sari. Why is he not getting it? Because he is not able to get to the digital technology advantage. What are we doing about it? All you need is to put a person who knows very preliminary things about this thing at the spot with them, and we have solved the problem. And the design, of course, we talk of machine learning, we talk of artificial intelligence. How do we know what is the taste of the people? Because rich people buy, and therefore if green is the coming color of Europe fashion next summer, somebody should tell these weavers that you should weave your sarees using green color, using green designs, using a design that will appeal, that has appeared in last month's Vogue magazine. Now this of course is not purely artificial intelligence, it is therefore natural intelligence and artificial intelligence. Together we can really improve the lot of people who need our help. If you are able to do very well, we from the department are very happy. But if you are not, we must hold their hand, and that is what we are aiming at. Therefore, I would conclude the little theory that I am trying to give is that in today's digital world, VUCA as the organizers are very fond of calling it, we not only need very good technology, emerging technology, but we also need interpreter of technology, a human face of the technology, inclusive technology approach, and for that what we are saying is to create a base of people who not only study Python, R and other things, but also know what the industry needs, what that Baluchari sari weaver needs, and how she can be helped in her struggle against poverty. That is where we want to intervene. Thank you very much.